So I'm at the gym, and just a quick PSA, I ran out of chapstick a couple days ago and I haven't replaced it yet. I was told by the gym manager, Omar, that if I use olive oil on your lips, it'll do the same thing, and I just used it and it works. So pro tip to anybody out there, olive oil substitute as chapstick if you're in a bind. So I've been doing features. I've only had one so far, and that was my dad. And this time,
I just seen that video yesterday too.
You saw that?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Your dad put in that work.
my dad.
You were struggling a bit.
I was struggling a lot, actually. Let's be honest. I was struggling a lot. But anyway, we are here with Maynor.
At that big guy.
At that big guy, 700. We'll definitely have that handle in the comments, in the description, so you guys can see and just click that and follow him and see what he's all about. How are you feeling this morning?
I am tired, I am sore, but I am ready.
I am also tired. I am I ready? I'm like 50% ready, but I'm gonna work my way up.
That's why we're gonna do the cardio first. We can get warmed up, and then we can do some very, very fun things.
So, very fun things. Okay.
Very, very fun things.
Cool. Can you just give the people out there watching just a little preview of what we might do today? And this is I'm masking it as for them, but also it's for me.
We're pretty much gonna do like a full body workout in the sense of we're just gonna use our bodies mostly. One of the things about me, I'm a big guy and I'm on my journey to lose weight. So one of the things I've been learning is to get comfortable with the weight I have on my body right now. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do a bunch of workouts. I don't know if they're gonna be too challenging for you because I'm kind of skinny, but we're gonna have fun. We're gonna use about full body workouts. We're gonna work abs and legs. We're gonna have a lot of fun. This is gonna be sore. We're not gonna look forward for tomorrow morning, but we're gonna
start the week off right at the very least, right?
Right.
May not be feeling good, but right now,
yeah.
But the week is gonna start more positive because we're here today. That's really important. So you touched on it briefly, and it's also in your handle. That big guy 700, and you touched on it briefly. You're a bigger guy than me, so. Can you maybe explain what your handle, where it comes from, and the journey that you're on?
For sure. Well, the handle is actually like very simple. I was always the biggest person in the room, always. So a lot of people, they didn't get to know my name, but they knew who I was just because, when they're like, oh yeah, you talked to him. It's like, who you talking to? Like, well, that big guy, And I was always referred to that as that big guy. So I was like, why not take something that, was used to describe me for so long and just own it? And I did. So that's why, I own that big guy, That's who I am. Even after I lose the weight, I'm still going to be that big guy, and I feel like you're supposed to own your downcomings and all that, make it your own so people can't use that against you. So, that's how I feel about it. And, the 700 at the end is, that was my heaviest weight. I was in the hospital for 10 days and I had a leg infection. I almost lost my leg, and it took me a while to recover. So in the recovery and in the hospital, that's when I made my choice that this cannot be it. This is not gonna be my life. I don't want to be in and out of the hospital with health problems because of my weight. So, when I made that choice, it changed my life completely. Not just for the weight loss, but just in my life in general, and who I am and what I am doing. So, you have to make that choice that you want to change. No one's gonna do this for you. No one's gonna change for you. As much as people love you, as much as people care for you, they're you have to understand, this is on you. And, if you make it, if you fail, completely on you. And a lot of people get scared of that. A lot of people get scared of that responsibility. But if you think about it, it's not really a responsibility. It's more of a power. Once you hold that your life is in your hands, that's a power, because it means that life is what you make it. And I know it sounds cliche, but once that's in your hands, once you make the choices that you want to make, once you start living the life you want to live, it's man, it's a beautiful thing, it's a powerful thing. So
you just shared your origin story, and you may not see it yet, but other people see it already. You're, in a way, you're like your own kind of superhero, and that big guy is your call to arms.
It was actually funny because I get called superhero so often. I'm so thankful for that. Thank you guys for real. But it's the same time, it's I feel kind of cheesy about it. But then I start thinking
well, no superhero wants to embrace their divine duty. So,
but if I was a superhero, my logo would be just the Superman, the diamond, and just the number 700.
I think he even has a logo, so maybe we'll even see it later today.
And if you notice anything about me, no matter what I do, everything, I always put that number 700 on it because it's such a big number for me.
So if you needed a little bit of inspiration in your life, all you got to do is is throw up the 700 up in the sky. Maynor will come through.
And it's even weird. First, we're gonna do cardio. I always do cardio. I usually do fasted cardio. What I do is I do intermittent fasting, which means I fast for 16 hours and I eat for 8 hours, so I have an 8-hour window to eat.
What?
Yeah, that's how I lost all my weight. It's
Sounds hard as hell.
At first it is, but then it gets way easier because you don't think about food. Like once you get to the point that you don't really think about food like that, so you get your job done and then it's like, all right, it's time for me to eat. So
we'll revisit that because that's how'd it feel?
Good warm up. You want to do the tire or the ball first? Up to you.
So are we gonna do them both, or
we're gonna do them both regardless? I'm just saying you get
ball first. Yeah, tire sounds like kind of hardcore.
We're gonna pick the ball up and we're gonna slam it, and we're gonna do that over and over and over and over and over.
Are we mad at the ball, or like what did the ball do?
I'm mad. It's just called tough love.
Oh God.
What? We don't do one and stop. You gotta do. Well, I'm gonna do my first set so you can see how it's done. And when you do it, you slam it. You just don't slam with your arms. Try to slam with your entire core.
Yes, beautiful. Destroy that ball.
Yeah.
Quick question. Who's your favorite superhero and why?
Damn. Yeah, why you gotta hit me with such a tough question?
Well, you don't have to give like the ultimate number one, this is your answer, but give us somebody who's like at least in the top 3.
Top 3? It's gotta be the Punisher.
Punisher. Oh yeah, that's right, you were saying that.
Yeah.
And why is that? Why you like the Punisher so much?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm into my comics, I'm into a little more dark and more gritty type of stuff, more anti-hero. But I just like him the fact that, you know, he's human. He had no superpowers, and yeah, he went through a tragedy. But you know, it's like he rose from that tragedy and decided to do something. And even though it's technically not legal the way he was handling his business, but you know, he found what he was meant to do through his tragedy, and I love it because I feel like that's the perfect analogy for life. Like, you don't really know what you want to do until you really go through a tragedy. And maybe I'm wrong, but for me it was my tragedy, my leg, you know, my recovery. That was what got me to snap out of, you know, what I was doing and put me into the mindset of what I need to do. So, you know, for me, I just love the Punisher. You know, he's a badass. What can I say?
He's a badass. Let's get it.
All day. That's fun. I'm probably gonna be kind of sluggish on this one. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Halfway to show. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's go. 16, 17. 3 more. 3, 2. 1 more, baby. 1 done. All right.
Flip it. The key here is not to lift with your back. When you go down, make sure you really get into the legs. And when you lift up, lift with your legs. Because if you lift with your back, I promise you, I made this mistake the first time. You're gonna be out a week, 2 weeks. So yeah, lift with your leg. And if you don't know how to do this and you still can't tell from you know, this video, look it up. I can't stress this enough. If you're gonna work out, make sure you do the workouts right, because you can really hurt yourself, and then, you know, you're out week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
So
are you saying that you would err on the side of caution when you're doing something new?
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
exactly. Even if you're doing something you've been doing always, even if you get real comfortable with it. I've gotten comfortable with workouts where I get a little too comfortable, and then I just like stop paying attention to all like the caution stuff that you're supposed to pay attention to it, and I hurt myself.
I mean, that's how I got my injury. So you gotta learn from what we're talking about, because Like, you might be feeling good in the moment and you might kill it, but then it doesn't matter if for the next 6 months something's wrong, you know? You're injured. It's not worth it. You might as well do half, or you might as well just learn it right.
A lot of people are scared of coming to the gym, especially when they're when they're starting off, and that's understandable. I understand that. I was in the same position where I was nervous. You know, you think you're gonna come in here and people are gonna judge you and this and that. But you gotta realize that this is, you know, this isn't a place of judgment. This is, you come here to build yourself up. You know, bottom line is, people are too busy concentrating on their own shit to be concentrating on you. So, and even if people do talk about you, even if people do start saying things, fuck them. You know, you're here to build yourself up. You're here to better yourself. You're not here to better them. You're not here to entertain them. Fuck what people think, all right? That's like the number one thing. If you want to do something big, you want to do something that's never been done before, you have to get that I don't give a fuck attitude. That's not even the first one set.
Oh shit.
Bring it to here. Take it back. I had it around hard way.
Yep, me too. For a while. One more and then you're halfway. Look at that, you're more than halfway done. Let's go. Two more. Two more flips. One more flip. Make it good. There it is. Where we at?
That sucked.
For me, sometimes when I'm in the gym, especially when I know that maybe like a lot of my friends don't really like work out and stuff, and also like, I don't know, it's just, sometimes it's just you, yourself, and you in the gym. Do you ever feel like you get lonely in here?
Far from it.
Far from it.
I actually, I consider the gym is actually my time where, this is where I come, it's like therapy. Get out the stress, the anxiety, whatever bad emotion, whatever bad thing happened that day. You come into the gym, you leave it all on the mat, and then when you leave, if you did it right, you're gonna leave it all at the gym. Don't take none of the negativity home with you. You know, if you come in negative, you gotta leave positive, you know, and that's why I love the gym, because the gym, there's no sugarcoating, there's not, like in the gym, you come for one thing, you come and you put in work, and then you get stronger. Like, honestly, like, even though a lot of people hate coming to the gym, for me, the gym is like the easiest thing ever, because you come in, you do work, and you get better. Like, there's no other way around it. It's just work hard, improve, work hard, improve. And that is like the perfect, it's like life. You want to get somewhere, you got to work hard, you got to improve, and sometimes you got to go through doing it by yourself.
What's the key to successful ropes?
Ropes? Same thing he's like with everything else. Don't fucking stop. Just keep going.
Oh, is that the key to a successful life as well? Don't fucking stop, keep going?
Don't stop. Slow down, cry, puke, whatever you want to do. Just don't stop.
Hey. What's going through your mind in this last set of the ropes?
This last set, always gonna be the hardest set, but all we need is just one thing that stands between us and taking a break. So,
all right, Hawk Smash.
Hawk Smash. Yeah, let the beat drop.
Wait till the beat drop.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh my god. That was fun.
Holy shit. My arms hurt, man.
That was fun though, right?
My underarms hurt. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. How you feeling?
Good.
Good.
Tired, but
good.
good.
Is that a successful Sunday now?
That's a successful Sunday.
Damn, feels good.
Feels good, right?
We're gonna get some more on-screen time with Maynor in just a second. That big guy 700 on Instagram and YouTube. So yeah.
Right. Here's a little bonus for y'all, okay? Just to show you that patience and hard work really pays off. When I first came to this gym, like I could only do that, and even then I would lose my balance. So this is something I didn't really work on. It's just something that it was like a routine where I would come in every day and just play with it. And you know, like I said, I started off where I couldn't really get my rhythm, but now I'll just show you.
I got scared you might get hit by the thing. I was like, oh shit.
See, it was just an example, but see that right there, even though it's the simplest thing, is just punching. Like it took me time, it took me patience, it took me practice, and you know, and I got better at it. But that's with everything in life. It fucking takes time and it takes practice, you know.
We've now moved upstairs. We're in a different space. We're kind of cooling out, and I just wanted to come back and kind of meet with Maynor, that big guy 700, a little bit more, ask him a couple more questions now that we're free of that successful workout. So we're gonna jump right into it.
For sure.
I know we touched on like a low point or a low moment in 2017, but let's turn that around. Like, what was a high moment, a high point in 2017?
High moment in 2017. Damn, actually, I have two that come to my mind. Is that cool?
Yeah, we got time.
The first high moment that I had was when I was coming off of my recovery, my leg infection. I couldn't do nothing. As much as I wanted to lose the weight, as much as at that time my mindset was ready to lose the weight, you know, you can't, like, I'm a big guy. At the time I was 700 pounds, so I could not put too much stress on my leg. So I started off slow. I started off just walking back and forth in my apartment. And from there I just went around the block and around the park and around another bigger park. And you know, it took me a while to catch up to like where I was like going outside, but for me the high moment was it came to a point where I did 3 miles around the park. You've probably seen it. It's the one here on 31st.
Yep.
Or the hills. And you know, it took me a while to get to 3 miles, you know, because it took me a while to get the strength in my leg back. And when I did the 3 miles, it's just like, damn, you know, I never thought I could say I'm gonna do 3 miles. I never thought I would say like I never thought, you know, it's something that you really don't think about it being, you know, being my size. So when I did,
and when you say you never thought, you literally mean you never thought, like it had never crossed your mind you might be able to do these things.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Exactly. It's like
like you had just, are you saying that you had given up on doing those things for a long time? You just like been like, well, it's not for me.
Exactly, because you know when you're a certain size, you start seeing things like, well, I can't ride a roller coaster. That's not for me. I can't do this. It's not for me. You know, because when you're size, you gotta, you know, not think what you want to do. You gotta think what you can do because, you know, of my size. And you know, when I did the 3 miles, that's when it hit me. It's like I'm only restricted by the walls that I make myself.
Yeah.
You know, so from there it was like, man, if I can do this, I can do anything. And like that's what really got my mindset where I'm at right now, where it's work. If it's an obstacle, it's doing this obstacle, just overcome it. It's not gonna stop you. So I'm very grateful for that moment.
And what's the other one that you had in 2017?
The other one, I'm gonna take out my phone and show you. It was maybe it's a little superficial, but it was just awesome when it happened, just because it was like a big shocker. I'm like, what? Like, I post on Instagram my workouts and my progress and all that, and you know, I feel like I have the best support group, you know, especially to all my followers out there, to all my supporters. Thank you guys for all the love, for not support. And I'm always saying thank you to them because and they play a big part in what I do, because there's times where I'm like, just like, man, I don't want to do it. And then I see them put in the work, and then I see them, you know, say, oh, well, you know, that big guy said this, so there's no slack. And I'm like, why you gotta say such a thing? Now I can't be a hypocrite. I gotta get up and do the work. But so, you know, I love my supporters, you know, and thank you guys. But The one thing that got me, let me see if I can find it real quick, was I made a post with a shirt. And the shirt was one of those magical shirts that it's not magical, but once you start sweating, the words start coming out saying you can go home now. So I started wearing the shirt, and I liked it. A lot of people liked it, and I got a repost. It was a repost, and I'm like, wait, what? And I noticed that, like, all right, cool, thank you for the repost. And then I noticed that people just started flying in, like comments left and right. Like at the time, my page was only at 25,000, and within a week, it went up to like 30, 35, 40, and start going. I'm like, well, what the hell? And as soon as I went, I was looking at my pictures, I was looking at what happened, I was looking at the comments, and it turns out that a 2-time New York bestseller reposted my picture.
That is crazy.
I was like, what?
So this 2-time New York Times bestseller must have been inspired by what was going on.
Either that
they felt compelled to repost.
Either that or he liked the shirt. Either way, it was cool for me. Like,
we'll take either, right?
I'll take either one. So let's see if I can find him. Yeah, he reposted it, and I was just like, wow. I didn't feel like, even though people followed me, even people supported me, I didn't like really feel like it was like a big thing. He's like, I'm happy I got the love, I'm happy I got the support, but at the end it wasn't about the number of followers following me. So when he did it, it was like, wow. So, if someone like him noticed, I'm like, that was like just like, damn, it just hit you like, I didn't know how far my reach actually went, and then when I saw that, when he reposted me, it kind of felt like, all right, I feel like I have a responsibility now to give people the most genuine part of me. I feel like even it wasn't even that alone. It was just the experience and the knowledge I got from it, where it was, when you're yourself, when you're like 100% authentic, like shit just happens. Good things happens because it's like you're being you. You're not forcing this character. You're not forcing yourself to be someone you're not. When you're you and you work hard on what you love, good things happen. Positive things happen. But that's only gonna happen if you are authentic. If you're not, if you're trying to fake it, man, you're not gonna last at all, whatsoever.
That's cool.
So that for me was just like, all right, people like what I'm doing, people like who I am. I'm just gonna be me, and I try my hardest every day just to be authentic with what I do and what I say, and I don't know, it was just a nice experience for me.
When you're not wanting to be productive, you're trying to chill out, what's your favorite thing to do to pass the time?
Honestly, editing videos. One of the things that byproducts of my weight loss and my journey was I found the passion, and and me and you actually talked about it before we actually worked out, and it was filming. I really got into filming, and so when I'm having my free time, I'm usually filming or editing, and a lot of people was like, well, that's not free time, that's work. Like, it may be work, but it's fun. Like, it's fun for me. It's like, it's fun. I like it, and it's weird. I even have this little gag going on where it's like every Saturday it's my day off. I don't work out Saturdays, and I always say I'm not gonna do nothing Saturday. I'm not gonna do nothing Saturday, and I start relaxing, and I get bored. Like, I get bored from relaxing. I get bored from not doing nothing. So I get up and I go for a walk and I just film. Like,
that's cool.
It's fun for me. Like,
what's your favorite color?
Color, purple.
What's your favorite topping on pizza?
It was sausage, but this year I'm going vegetarian. Just health-wise, just because I want to experiment with that and see how if it works better for me. But yeah, it was sausage.
Favorite childhood movie?
Favorite childhood movie? Jurassic Park.
Is there anybody in your life that you love that doesn't know that you love them?
Not really. One thing that I'm grateful for was my family. And my uncle, my godfather. We were always taught to don't hold it in. If you love someone, let them know you love them, because tomorrow's never promised. You never know what's gonna happen. You know, people just die. You know, and you're never gonna have that opportunity to say I love you again. So, if you love someone, just tell them. Just tell them you love them. I love you.
And that concludes it. Let me get in the better light. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. It's been my pleasure. As soon as I was told that this might be a thing, I've been really excited about it. So I've been excited about it for like 2 weeks, and it finally happened, and I can't wait to post. And thank you so much for joining. And I love you guys, and I'm gonna take some of that inspiration to tell some folks that don't know that I love them, that I love them. So I love you. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.